Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowband Journals. Welcome back to my channel. This is a Faith Jump Journal with Me episode. I put one of these out every Sunday, and I've just got my journaling Bible here and highlighting the passage that I'll be looking at for this week. And then I'll grab my faith journal and just flipping to a page where I think suits what I want to do. I'll read out the passage that I'm looking at this week. It's Psalm 119, verse 105. Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path. And so I'll just share about how that's speaking to me and a bit of a story. Hope that it is encouraging, and I'll also chat through what I'm doing to decorate this page. I'm actually using some items from the Your Creative Studio September box, I believe. So I filmed an unboxing. I haven't put it up on my channel yet, so you're just going to get a sneak peek of some of the items in there, and I'll put up that unboxing video later on this week. But basically the box had a theme of light and lanterns and candles, so I thought that's perfect for this week's scripture. And it came with 4 stamps, so I always like to test out the stamps, and so I add those to the bottom of the page, and I'm always so impressed by how intricate and detailed they are. So you'll be able to see that a bit later on, but just going through some different pieces, trying to look for anything that I think will fit with the theme. But basically the only other things I pulled out was some washi tape that came from the box, and it has a whole bunch of different candles on there. And then there's these faux stamps, and one had an angel on it, and I just selected another one that had some birds, like some flying birds. And I like the mint teal background. It kind of matches the tealy mint butterflies on the right hand page. And then I have these little label stickers too. I love these label stickers. The box came with so many in blue, green and red, and label stickers are like one of my favorite things to use in journaling, because they're just great little places to annotate, to write the date, and to write a title or a quote or a little sentiment. So yeah, really fun. I love using them. Anyway, so let me just share about how this scripture is speaking to me, and I want to share a story that I hope maybe is timely for some people out there who are watching. So basically, yeah, I love that no matter what's going on in your life, maybe the situation you're going through, life can seem a bit dark, or you might feel a bit lost, but that there's this trust you can have, and trust my word for this year, so I like how that ties in as well, that there's always this trust you can have that even in the darkness there will always be light, and even when you feel lost you will always have a path. So you'll always have a path, there'll always be light, and your path will be lit. So just take that next step. You don't need to see where the path leads, where it ends up. You can just take that next step. And this is that story I want to share. I've shared it on my channel a while ago now, so some of you might have already heard this. But for those who are new to my channel, yeah, I hope, again, this is an encouragement to you. I love this story. I read it from a book called Hope by Tim Costello. It's one of my favourite books. I love rereading this book. And it's been a while since I read it though, so I'm going to paraphrase the story, and it's just off memory, so forgive me if I get any details wrong. But basically, there was this father and son. It's a made-up story, I believe. A father and son in like a tunnel or a dark cave. And at one point, yeah, they're walking through the tunnel and it's nice and lit, but at one point the tunnel becomes dark. You know, they get through the entrance and now they're cut off from the light source of natural light. And the father was further down the track, and the son was lingering behind a little bit. And then, when it gets too dark, all of a sudden the son starts freaking out, and he feels like he's lost and he's stuck, and he calls out, you know, for help. And his dad just says, okay, turn on your headlamp, because the son is wearing like a headlamp. And so the son turns on the headlamp, and the father says, okay, what can you see? And the son says, only enough light to take one more step. And so the father says, okay, take that step. And then the son, well, he takes that step. And then the father says, okay, now how much can you see? And the son says again, only enough light to take another step. And the father says, okay, take that other step. So the son takes that step. And then the father says again, you know, how much light can you see now? And the son says, just enough light to take another step. And the father says, take that step. And then it keeps on going like this until finally the boy reaches his father. And I was like, oh, this story is just about, we don't need to see the full picture. We don't need to see 10 steps ahead. We don't even necessarily need to see 3 or 2 steps ahead. And that can be a challenge for people like me who, they want to know the plan. They want to know where it's going to lead. They want to know all the little details for them to feel safe and secure. But the idea that we don't need all the little details, we don't need all the steps, we don't need to see all of that to trust and to know that we're on the path and that we will always have enough light to take that next step. And that's that idea, and this quote that I love that gets me through any time where I'm like, I don't know what the next step is. It's like, there's always enough light to just take one more step, whatever that is. And you don't need to know the 10-year plan or the 5-year plan or the goal ahead of you or whatever. Just take that next step. And whatever that means to you, or means something different to different people, whatever that step is. But I'm trusting as well that for you out there, wherever you are, that there'll be enough light for you to take whatever step it is. It could be just to journal for today. It could be to read a book. It could be to have a conversation with someone. It could be just to simply get out of bed. It could be to make yourself some food or eat something. Sometimes it can be as simple as that. Maybe it's to have a sleep, like you're really tired, and the next step is just to literally get some rest. Or the next step is for a bit of self-care. Or the next step is to make that appointment you need to make. Or the next step is to just go to work, turn up and go to work. Or do that thing that you've been putting off for a while. And after you do that step, the next step will appear in front of you, and then the next step, and then the next step, and then eventually you look back and you're like, wow, look how far I've come. So I really hope that's encouraging, and let me know if it was in the comments, or if there's anything you want to share. As I always say, or I often say, everyone has a story, and when you share your story, it often connects with other people, and they don't feel as alone. It's okay to be where you are, and just take that next step that is in front of you, and maybe you want to share what that step is. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. A big special thank you to all of my patrons who supported me in September. Thank you so much for making my creative dreams come true. If you would like to become a patron in October, I would be forever grateful, and you will get access to extra printables and videos, and depending on your tier, first preference for my journals, behind the scenes looks and updates. I'm also running my courses again in August. So there's the Willow Journal course, the Anchor Journal course, and the launch of the Art Journal course. So check the description box below for any of those details if you're interested. And I also have a Buy Me a Coffee donation option as well. You can check me out on Instagram and the Facebook group page where I put up updates and announcements, and there's the community page as well. Willowbound Journals exists to bring light and love into the world.